Katrina Christou watched for 70 minutes as the love of her life died. Hospital staff worked Daniel Vasiljevic's chest, performing CPR, but could not save the new father from a fatal heart attack. "My favorite person has been stolen from me. My daughter's father, gone," Christou said. Read more. Thousands of speeding fines thrown out in Victoria due to confusing speed limit change. That's our whole future ripped away, because of negligence. Vasiljevic, also known as Danny, knew he was in trouble whilst picking up groceries on the night of September 23. The 36-year-old called his wife, complaining of chest pains and shortness of breath, before dialing 000. It took his wife 11 minutes to drive to and find her husband at the Arena Shopping Centre car park in Officer, in Melbourne's southeast. Vasiljevic was passing out. Their 10-month-old daughter Ariana was alone in the back seat, and paramedics hadn't arrived. Read more. Second flood-related death in 5 days as Victoria's flood emergency continues in a split second. Christou had made her decision. She was going to drive her husband to hospital herself. "I didn't think twice about taking him to the hospital," she told 9 News Melbourne. "I could see how quickly he was deteriorating. No one was on the phone with him. No one called him back to check in. There was nothing put in place for the safety of my child in the back of the car with him, and if I had come a little bit later, he would have been unconscious and she would have been in the car by herself." Christou said it wasn't until they arrived at the hospital that he really deteriorated. "I would like to hope that if someone was there earlier, we would be in a different predicament right now," she said. Paramedics arrived 22 minutes after Vasiljevic dialed 000. Read more. How you can help those impacted by Victoria's floods. Victoria's ambulance crisis continues. Code 1 emergencies in Victoria are supposed to have an ambulance arrive within 15 minutes. Ambulance Victoria's Anthony Carleon said on that night they were particularly busy. "We do accept at this point in time it looks like our arrival in the vicinity of 22 minutes. The deaths of 33 Victorians were linked to delays in the state's 000 service by the state's Inspector General of Emergency Management in September, since December 2020. Read more. Earthquake shakes town in Victoria's northeast. Premier Daniel Andrews insists those outcomes are improving. "We are seeing improvements. We are seeing better performance," he said. "There are 2,200 more paramedics on the road today than when we came to office." Ambulance Victoria says it is now investigating, as is the state's 000 call taker, ESTA, which had its computer system collapse at 7:40 last night. Attorney General Jacqueline Symes says ambulance calls were prioritized as dispatchers switched to a manual system. Read more. Thousands of speeding fines thrown out in Victoria due to confusing speed limit change. It took almost 6 hours for their computer program to come back online. But according to the opposition's Brad Batten, for 13 hours the system was down from its full capacity. "That's little comfort to a mother of one who lost the love of her life, in the midst of planning a second child. Hell be spoken about every day," Christou said. "He has to be. He was such a good person. And this shouldn't have happened to him. Is the care actually there in my eyes? Still no. This happened nearly 4 weeks ago. I've only just heard from them now." Christou is waiting on the coroner to investigate.